Hello, I'm Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez. Welcome to the first statewide Human Trafficking Awareness Month conference. This event is a collaboration between the Brooklyn Human Trafficking Task Force, the Suffolk County Anti-Trafficking Initiative, and the Western District of New York's Human Trafficking Task Force. With the help of our partners, this conference is educating more New Yorkers than ever before, because we know that everyone can be part of the solution to ending human trafficking. Teachers, parents, clergy, and even young people can all play a part in this fight. That's what this session is all about, empowering the community to spot the signs of trafficking and help survivors to recover and rebuild their lives. Before victims are trafficked or even become traffickers themselves, we need prevention. Tanya Turner, Director of Education and Training at Unitas, is on the panel to tell us about how her organization helps potential victims to recognize if someone may be trying to exploit them. Prevention is essential, but there are a lot of people caught up in trafficking already who need our help. We and our law enforcement partners investigate and break up trafficking rings. We hold those responsible accountable, but what we don't want to do is criminalize victims or anyone else who is engaged in prostitution. That doesn't help them or make our communities safer. To be absolutely clear, my office does not prosecute people for simply engaging in prostitution or for loitering. In fact, I support repealing the loitering law, and it appears that the legislature will do so soon. We offer people who are arrested services, but we do not mandate that they complete those services to have those charges dismissed. We simply dismiss them. Unfortunately, in the past, prostitution arrests were processed through the system, and some people are still suffering the consequences of that misguided approach. So my office has taken steps recently to repair the harm that law enforcement has caused. I'm proud to announce today that my office has begun to move to dismiss outstanding warrants for prostitution, some dating back decades. These were people who were arrested for prostitution, who didn't return for court dates, and had a bench warrant issued for their arrest. As a result, any encounter with law enforcement could lead to their immediate arrest, and any criminal background check, whether to apply for a job or rent an apartment, would turn up the outstanding arrest warrant. These warrants are an unfair barrier for people trying to move forward with their lives. We are also working to expunge old prostitution convictions from people's records. We must make it easier for survivors of human trafficking to vacate convictions other than prostitution. Trafficking victims are often forced to commit other crimes, including holding drugs or weapons for their trafficker, or even robbing patrons. Each of these cases must be reviewed carefully to determine the true culpability, but in many cases, the threat of violence leaves the trafficked person with little choice but to engage in such activities. We also work with Sanctuary for Families to provide victims the support they need. Sanctuary is an essential partner in this effort, and I am grateful that Alexi Myers from Sanctuary is on the panel to share a little bit about their work. In the longer term, there are a host of services that survivors of trafficking need to really rebuild their lives and move on. Some things are obvious, like housing, employment, trauma counseling, and in many cases, substance use treatment. Other needs are less obvious, but also urgent, like access to financial services. It's common for people who are trafficked to have had their ID stolen and held as a means of control over them. Identification documents are critical to rent an apartment, to enroll in school, or start a new job. So we partner with groups like Wells Fargo, who offers a survivor inclusion program. Their program helps survivors overcome these issues, and we are happy to have Sherry Levine Shea from Wells Fargo on the panel to tell us more. Finally, I am grateful to have with us Ronelle Bruder, survivor advocate, and the founder and executive director of Project iRise. They are a community-based not-for-profit organization providing innovative skills and leadership development programs for survivors of human trafficking and those at risk. Our panelists will not only share how their organizations address trafficking, but will also share how you can prevent trafficking and help victims. My challenge to you is to take action after this session. Take what you've learned and bring it to your communities. Even the smallest acts of kindness can improve someone's life and lead to a better future. Thank you.